Stick around for that. Right now, we're joined by Fox News Radio's Tonya J. Powers, covering these recounts that Jill Stein is still hammering away at. Tonya, how are you?
Hey, good, thanks.
Good. So what's the latest on this? Has Hillary or Jill Stein made any progress so far in this recount?
Well, Hillary is not conducting it. It's the Green Party with Jill Stein. And as far as progress goes, right now there's a lot of legal wrangling going on. You've got Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Those are the ones that are really people are looking the most at, the ones where she's saying she wants the recount. She says she's just doing this to verify the accuracy of the vote. Now, the Wisconsin recount started last Thursday. They worked over the weekend. I think so far they have about 6 counties that are that have already finished their work as of yesterday. The margin between Trump and Clinton, though, is still the same. It's not changed really.
So there's been no. I guess I asked the question wrong. I wondered if Clinton and or Stein had made any progress in terms of gaining votes in the recount.
As far as I know, not in that one. Apparently, Clinton and Trump both lost 20 votes in that one somehow.
Okay.
In Michigan, they are still the federal judge late Sunday is that's when they ordered Detroit and some more of the counties to do the statewide hand recount of the ballots, which is about 4.8 million. So it's a lot of ballots. They were starting in some counties. They started on that yesterday afternoon. Trump won the state by about 0.2 of a percentage point. That's about 10,000 votes. So that one will be interesting to watch. Pennsylvania also had the Green Party had filed something in state court. They dropped that on Saturday. Then on Monday, they filed a federal lawsuit wanting the statewide recount. Apparently, an updated count on Friday by the state election officials showed Trump's lead was shrinking from 71,000 to 49,000 over Clinton. That's out of 6 million votes cast. Now, that is still just shy of the trigger that has to be like 0.5% for there to be an automatic recount by Pennsylvania. So it was still short of that, but that's where they were as of a couple of days ago.
So it's the 6th of December, and I thought the deadline for this was the 13th. I guess two-pronged question here. Number one, can they finish a hand recount in Michigan by then? And number two, even if a federal judge came out tomorrow and sided with Jill Stein, would there be enough time for them to do a recount by the 13th?
That's the big question at hand here, and you're right about the 13th, the deadline. That's kind of what everybody has to beat, I guess, and so that's why I guess they're hurrying. Now, of course, the lawyers on the other side, there's some Trump supporter, at least one Trump supporter, and a couple of super PACs I know in Wisconsin that are trying to stop the recount. They were asking a judge to halt the whole thing while the lawsuit's pending that they're suing over. Hearing is scheduled for Friday, but like you pointed out, I mean that's not the only one of these challenges. The Republicans are appealing some of these other ones too, but they're trying to beat the clock, And if you've got you're asking for an injunction to stop a recount, and they schedule a hearing 2 days from now, that's 2 more days they've eaten up.
Sure, yeah, that's a problem. And Tonya, I don't know if you've reported on this yet or not, but what would happen if it bumped up against that deadline and the recount wasn't done?
Now, that's a good question I don't have the answer to, and I would like to find out more about that. I'm actually watching these pretty closely, especially, now, because, to be honest with you, this is Jill Stein lost. She only got, a percentage of the vote in those 3 states that we're talking about, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. So it's not like this was a, lost by the skin of her teeth kind of thing. This was a pretty large margin. They're of course looking at this going, a lot of people want to know, is Hillary Clinton behind this?
Yeah.
Is she, they're working together on this silently somehow? Jill Stein just still keeps saying she wants to verify the accuracy of the vote, and that's what she's sticking with. As for what they would do if this went up to the deadline and they weren't done, I'm not sure. I don't know if they would extend the deadline, or if they would just tell them, look, you just got to have it done. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Tonya J. Powers with Fox News Radio. Listen, thank you for your reporting on this. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate getting her on.